Chiwetalu Agu, by in the next 2 days, you're going to be 64 years old. You're an elder. And the elder creative man. Let me not say elder statesman, because that word has been abused by our politicians who are not acting like elders. So I want to. I group them with them. For me,
no, I want you. You can still call me elder statesman.
Okay. Yeah.
If I tell you my knowledge in politics and what I do to humanity, you will just push these people by the side.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, grouping you with them.
No, not with them.
Like
separate.
You, because what actually do they do to us? Nothing. They go there just to embezzle public money. But you, by the virtue of the work you do, the hardship they cause us, the hypertension they cause us, you bring it down.
Exactly.
You will be 64 in a couple of days. We are in Nigeria. We are in Enugu State. We are in Southeast Zone, Igbo. You have been hearing about Biafra. You've been hearing about restructuring. You've been hearing about this and that. We may like to know your thoughts in all of this. What do you have to say, especially to our people who have felt seriously shortchanged in the way Nigeria is being run today? And those who have been clamoring for Biafra, those who have been in the streets fighting for it, those who in their own hearts have been willing, praying and wishing that it comes true. Do you think that the agitation for Biafra is justified?
It is justified several ways.
Okay.
See, let's talk about the scientific feats. Apart from the fact that we manufactured when we were pushed to very tight corner, weapons like Ubunigwe, without any foreign help. Because apart from manufacturing Ubunigwe, we were able to package palm kernel oil as fuel for driving our vehicles during the Civil War. No nation has done it on earth, has performed that feat on earth, you know. And in fact, by the way, I was 12 at that time. I was one of the young Biafrans cooking for wounded soldiers at Igbo hospital. Although we were cooking, my special area was peeling yams, you know.
In
Abachaji. And my take-home pay was, now if I peeled yam, you know, there's flesh and skin, you know, peeled away. So I will still maybe use finger now to remove the skin
from the peel.
From the peel. Then that peel I will take home, where we were as refugees, one primary school. Yeah, you know, the main consumer of that waste, in quotes, was our last born, who was born on the day Ojukwu declared Biafra. We used to call him a Biafran boy. His name is late now, Chiwetalu Agu.
He's late now.
We carried him like this throughout all the runs and the war. So I was bringing that home, because if he ate, the rest could go hungry. We didn't mind, you know. So that was my take-home pay in Amiibo Hospital for Biafran wounded soldiers.
We really suffered.
Yeah,
we witnessed it.
We suffered, but I tell you, in looking back now, I enjoyed it. Why I enjoyed it is that God used that period to show that we are like Bahama grass. You cut Bahama grass now, you come tomorrow, you see it growing. You know, why was it that Gawan, who said 3 days I've wiped them out, found us fighting against each other for 3 years? 3 days translated to three years.
3 years of doggedness, 3 years of unprecedented discoveries.
So if you go beyond that, today, the first black man who manufactured automobile is innocent. Why is the federal government of Buhari not tapping into that? Because if you tap into that, then you will stop importing vehicles and save a big chunk of foreign exchange. Money would not be going out. When Jonathan was there, good Lord Jonathan, he made sure that federal agencies, according to him, unless they won, innocent couldn't manufacture.
Yes.
You know. So why is the same feat not tapped by President Buhari? And in fact, it went to the extent that Jonathan said, innocent, you will now be manufacturing spare parts for aeroplane bombers that were bombing Boko Haram areas. Can you see the wonders that could have been created in our economy? So we won't borrow. But what we have seen President Buhari do is borrow, 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 borrow. There is no way to engineer money from within. But we have the capability. The Igbo man has done it. Okay. Yesterday, did you hear about an airline that was growing so big? Today is operating in Dubai, many parts of the world. Dr. Allen Onyema came from nowhere, from the blues, established Air Peace. Air Peace now overturned all the existing airlines we had, whether you call yourself Arike, whether you call yourself Aero Contractors. It's now the biggest, and it's going to be the biggest in the whole of Africa. Why is the federal government not tapping into that one?
Brother,
why can't
coming after him?
After they failed, they collapsed. They built it up how to I mean, rope him, destroy him.
Desperate.
But his God did not allow.
Just like you.
He still did not allow that. He's still waxing stronger and stronger. You know? Okay.
Just as they did to Innocent too.
In Innocent case, God was with him. The person who wanted to destroy Innocent is there at customs. Hamid Ali.
Still in.
Hamid seized, I think, 2 of his containers. And I heard that he usually seizes imports by Igbo people and auctions to his people, like Okreka, like Oboroko. Igbos are known for Okreka. They are known for Oboroko.
Papa on Sunday, any shoe, no matter the quality, Hausa people will sell it to you at 1,000.
At 1,000.
Where are they bringing it from?
Because he dashed it to them.
Yeah,
exactly. He dashes to them on regular basis.
Yes.
So they don't sweat to get such things.
Exactly.
You know. So it was 2 containers he auctioned, like he used to auction goods of the Igbo people.
Yes.
But he found it a difficult boon to swallow in the case of Innocent.
Yes.
Because Innocent went from High Court to Appeal Court to Supreme Court, and then to Supreme Court again. Because when his lawyer won in all cases, you know, they still went to Supreme Court for a review. At that time, they now planned to assassinate his lawyer. They shot him, but God saved him. He is alive today, you know. So when Innocent eventually won, the real company came to really be established. They paid him damages. You know the consequence of the damages.
Yes.
When he got a law backing him for damages, GTB Bank, Banks for Customs office.
Yes.
So Custom had to fall on GT Bank to pay the damage, the court damages. But they were saying if we pay, we collapse. You know?
Sure.
Who are you telling that?
And they now started using EFCC to harass him.
To harass him.
Just to avoid paying that.
He even went to his house, beat him up with the wife.
We were there that day.
You know, so eventually we now have to face the truth that you must pay these damages. Because at the point Innocent started to seize some of their offices to make up the
branches.
money. Yeah, you know. So today we have a victorious Biafran in Innocent, to whom no enemy can go again. If you go, he goes to court and you lose. You know. So Innocent to me is a real Biafran, just like I'm a real Biafran. You know, even I call Ali Nonyema a Biafran, because it's from only Biafrans that you can get these feats. The Nollywood feat is from Biafrans.
What our governors are doing in the southeast they have not come out to openly and seriously say this is where we are about Biafra. And we are talking about even security. How do we secure our place? You see a situation whereby Igbo, the Southeast wants to have a meeting, and then the governors, rather than attending the meeting, will first and foremost hold meetings with security chiefs of Fulani extraction. The people that we are talking about as per the insecurity we have in Igbo land before coming to, and even it is the agenda they presented that they bring for the House to discuss. Do you really see them as serious and as people who can give us direction? And how does this whole thing play into giving us what we want as per Biafra?
They are dilly-dallying. They are suspicious movements. The despicable attitude is very understandable because of the lack of federating units we've not got. They preferring to lick the boots of Buhari. They are believing that if they fail to lick the boots of Buhari, the subventions may not come to them. You know, because right now, the way the governance is run, they don't work hard or work for extra ways of the income coming. They just sit there. When Buhari throws the bone, they eat. When they finish it, they sit down and wait for that bone to be thrown from Aso Rock. Therefore, they live by the apron strings of what happens from Aso Rock. You know. But when we get Biafra, we'll be so independent. But Biafrans they call Biafrans now are independent. But the truth of the matter is that we have never hoped or we have never lived by the gains of the oil that comes from Niger Delta. The North enjoys it. Part of it goes to the West. Part of it goes to Niger Delta South. You know, but it's not given to us. We don't touch it. So yet we are better off. See, it's a people who enjoy this federal wealth that can only manufacture motor like Innocent, because you'll be giving subventions. Let me tell you, Buhari has made sure that he made way for only Dangote and cement. We had Ibeto cement. We had other groups, regions producing cement. Buhari, if you didn't want to go into monopoly, why did you they put stumbling blocks on the way of Ibeto and other groups making cement? So when you hear Dangote is the richest, it's because the thing is lopsided. Buhari, if you mean for unity of Nigeria to be flamboyant, give every region, every group level playing ground. See, doesn't worry you that there's no longer cement industry in Calago. Doesn't worry you that there's no longer Ibeto cement. You know, so people will be manufacturing and distributing, and the boom, the gains will go round. You've made sure that this money comes from one side of the country. It's not a good unity you're running. You know, people like me are not happy about it. And if Southeast governors are what they should be, the real Biafrans in blood, that is the issue you take to Aso Rock. Make this cement business to get to all people, not one human being. Why can't he be a trillionaire? Since it's only him, you have allowed to do it.
And in many other things as well.
When Good Lord Jonathan was there, it was not only Dangote. We still had a glimpse of these people who were there before. Cement industry in Calago, Ibeto. But when Buhari came as a core tribalist, as a bigot in religion, he made sure he went to only Fulanis. Do you understand? So the Southeast governors are in slumber. I'm sorry to say that none amongst them is making any serious effort to make, even if you don't like the word Biafra, you don't like the existence of the word Biafra, you create sense of belonging by telling Buhari that my people should have this and this and this and that. But they go like beggars, they come back like beggars. That's what happens in our society today. See, Nnamdi Kanu, to me, is a flamboyant leader, a charismatic leader. I think for the present, to the youths of Igbo land, he is the best leader. The only advice I'll give, like I gave in a BBC interview I granted, is that Nnamdi should build up on wisdom. For now, his wisdom is questionable. Nnamdi, try to relate with some elders of the land. I mean, there's no reason why Nnamdi Kanu and somewhere like Nyangudo should not be, you know, in relating terms. Because Nyangudo, you can't carry the issue of a Igbo cross only on your head. Nnamdi Kanu, something applies to you. So there should be a rallying point. There's this personality I love so much, Engineer Iwanyanwu. No, Engineer Iwanyanwu is one Igbo elder who occasionally he says, this will be like this, this will be like this. The marginalization should not be as a policy, you know. Then Senator Enyinaya Abaribe, I think he celebrated his 60-something years of recent.
Yes.
The accolades came from all corners. He's one man at that Hello Chamber who is fighting for the Igbo cause, whether they like it or not. There was a time I created my own award to give him, like I created when about 6 years ago when I bought air-conditioned location bus from Innocent. I created an award. I'm going to give it to him with my team, the team of my company. You know, so Enyinaya is there to make us happy. Iwanyanwu is there, who again, you see, it's not easy to find people who actually know that Biafra must be given the ingredients to become a reality. And why I'm very hopeful about Biafra is that at the time of the Israelites, they went through what we are going through now. Yes. Yeah. But with their prayers, you know, there's a portion in the Bible where it is said that each family was told to do this at the door. Yeah. So you know, eventually Passover. Eventually, God made a Pharaoh to leave them to go. But foolishness came later, and Pharaoh thought, who will be sweeping our place, who will be washing our place? He now stubbornly and foolishly sent his soldiers after them. Then God showed him that he is the creator of this world. That whatever you say, my own overrides your own. You know, look at the soldiers chasing Israelites with their chariots, you know, and look at the wonders of God. If you have watched the Ten Commandments, the film, God opened the Red Sea for them. So once the last person went, they came, the soldiers were swallowed. It can happen in Biafra. In fact, it will happen. We've been trying to work on the link between Biafra and Israel. It's coming. I have watched Benjamin Netanyahu, who is running Israel, say that Biafra will come to be. You know, I know when they talk, Israel is the greatest power we have in the Middle East, the whole of the Arab world. They are small but mighty. Because of recent, Iranian president assembled missiles to wipe away Israel in three days. He didn't know Israel sees the whole world the way the whole world is. Israel saw that at the edge of Syria and those places Arabs are still fighting, that the Iranian president used some of the areas to lay the missiles to wipe away Israel. So when Israel saw it, they used seconds to destroy everything. to the shock of the Iranian president, who didn't know that. See, if it's foolish to think that Israel cannot see, because when Abdel Nasser of Egypt said they will wipe away Israel 3 days, Israel went into the Egypt of Nasser to use the same 3 days to defeat them, capture Golan Heights, capture here and there, and those places they captured are in the Bible. Golan Heights belongs to Egypt, but Israel captured. And those places the Palestinians used to say, they are under control of Israel. To show you that God leads them every moment from now to the end of the world. Okay, look at small Israel. But God made them to manufacture certain weapons that America comes to buy.
Yes.
They sold drone to America, small Israel. And America relies on them in certain things about weaponry, warfare, you know. So if we, Biafrans, manufacture the Munigwe as far back as the 60s, till that time till now, we have no chance. So imagine what will happen when we are given chance. We will manufacture the one that will, from here to Borno, wipe away Boko Haram. So there's a lot in Biafra that we should cool down and exploit. We will go there, we will reach there. It's God's destiny. It's not within our thinking, within our choice. We will go there because we have been so marginalized that the outside world is calling for a rethink by those who are at Abuja. You know, what are they doing? What are they giving Nigeria? Nothing. They go to Niger Delta, draw the oil.